What if everything you thought you knew about happiness was wrong? What if the key to a fulfilling life wasn't about chasing pleasure, but about something far more profound? Today, we delve into the ancient wisdom of Epicurus and his letter to Menoeceus, a timeless guide to achieving true happiness. Hello, everyone, and welcome to A's Book Talk. Today, we are unpacking the philosophical gem that is Epicurus' letter to Menoeceus. Epicurus, a Greek philosopher who lived from 341 to 270, founded his own school of philosophy, Epicureanism, which flourished for centuries. In a time of great social and political upheaval following the death of Alexander the Great, people were searching for meaning and stability. Epicurus offered a path to serenity based on reason and observation of nature, a stark contrast to the prevailing religious beliefs and philosophical systems of his time. His philosophy was often misunderstood, leading to the misconception that Epicureans were simply hedonists indulging in every pleasure. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. Epicurus advocated for a life of simple pleasures, free from pain and anxiety, achievable through prudence, wisdom, and self-sufficiency. The letter to Menoeceus is a concise summary of Epicurus' ethical philosophy, written as a letter to a young follower named Menoeceus. In it, he outlines his views on happiness, pleasure, death, and the role of philosophy in achieving a good life. Epicurus begins by urging Menoeceus to practice philosophy diligently, arguing that it's never too early or too late to seek wisdom. He emphasizes that philosophy is not just an intellectual exercise, but a practical tool for living a better life. He then tackles the fear of death, a primary source of human unhappiness. Epicurus famously argues that death is nothing to fear because when we exist, death is not present, and when death is present, we do not exist. In other words, death is neither good nor bad, as we do not experience it. By understanding this, we can free ourselves from the anxiety of mortality and focus on living fully in the present moment. The core of Epicurus' philosophy revolves around pleasure, but not in the way most people understand it. He distinguishes between different kinds of pleasure. There are kinetic pleasures, which involve active stimulation, and static pleasures, which are the absence of pain and disturbance. Epicurus argues that the greatest pleasure is found in a state of ataraxia, or tranquility, and aponia, the absence of physical pain. This state is achieved not through constant indulgence, but through moderation, prudence, and self-sufficiency. He emphasizes the importance of discerning between natural and necessary desires, natural but not necessary desires, and neither natural nor necessary desires. Natural and necessary desires are those essential for survival, such as food, water, and shelter. Natural but not necessary desires are those that add some pleasure but are not essential, such as luxurious food or fine clothing. Neither natural nor necessary desires are those driven by social conventions, vanity, and ambition, such as wealth, power, and fame. Epicurus argues that we should focus on satisfying only the natural and necessary desires, as pursuing the others leads to dissatisfaction and anxiety. Epicurus also highlights the importance of prudence, which he considers the principle of all these things and the greatest good. Prudence allows us to make wise choices, weighing the consequences of our actions and choosing pleasures that lead to long-term well-being. He emphasizes that sometimes we must forego immediate pleasures to avoid future pain, and conversely, endure temporary pain to achieve greater long-term pleasure. This requires a thoughtful and rational approach to life, rather than impulsive gratification. Furthermore, Epicurus emphasizes the importance of living justly and virtuously. He argues that injustice is never beneficial, as it creates anxiety and fear of being caught. Living a virtuous life, on the other hand, leads to inner peace and security. He stresses that virtues are not pursued for their own sake, but because they contribute to a pleasurable life. Justice, honesty, and kindness are all essential for building strong relationships and living in harmony with others, which are vital components of happiness. The letter to Menoeceus concludes by reminding us that happiness is not a matter of luck or fate, but a result of our own choices and actions. By understanding the nature of pleasure, overcoming the fear of death, and living prudently and virtuously, we can achieve a state of ataraxia and aponia, the ultimate goals of Epicurean philosophy. So, what are the key takeaways from Epicurus' letter to Menoeceus? First, don't fear death. Don't dare, 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 dare. Accept its inevitability and focus on living fully in the present moment. Second, understand the true nature of pleasure. Seek tranquility and freedom from pain, rather than fleeting and unsatisfying indulgences. Third, practice prudence and make wise choices that lead to long-term well-being. Fourth, Live justly and virtuously, building strong relationships and contributing to the happiness of others. Finally, remember that happiness is within your control. It's not something to be chased, but something to be cultivated through wisdom, self-discipline, and a deep understanding of what truly matters in life. By embracing these principles, you can unlock a path to lasting happiness and fulfillment, just as Epicurus intended. That's all for today's book talk. I hope this exploration of Epicurus' timeless wisdom has inspired you to reflect on your own pursuit of happiness. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more book recommendations. Let me know in the comments what book you'd like me to discuss next. Until then, happy reading.